He looked really good, man. Sexy ladies, everything, man.
So much love. Okay, real quick before we go to break, because I want to revisit just a part of what LeBron's had to say about Jaylen Brown. So obviously we saw LeBron's frustrations, and then Mase, you brought up, he was talking about somebody's kid. So in terms of respect, right? What are some situations where you feel like you can't forgive or move on from someone's critiques? Because even like up here, we talk about athletes and we see that some do get offended. So in what terms and cases do you feel like, yeah, like that's kind of non-negotiable?
I'm gonna tell you a time that was really that really used to bother me. There was a guy up at Hot 97 or Power 105? Which one is Charlemagne on? That's Power 105. Yeah. So it seemed like every time something came up, Charlemagne would just talk about my name, like just go in a negative direction. I didn't know what was the connection that we had or where our paths crossed or what happened, but it just seemed like he always had a negative take about me. And it was something I remembered even when I started doing journalism. So when I hear people say certain things about me, I kind of try to remember that same thing. Like I never met this guy. I never, I don't think we've crossed paths. I don't think I know anybody that he knows, but every time. And I think it's possible for you to just not like somebody. So I remember one time I called DJ Envy and I was like, yo, if somebody's consistently talking about you, and at that time I had no music out, I had nothing out for you to keep talking about me. It's when you personally make it your business to tear somebody down. That's when it's a problem. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
Like you're personally making it your business. You're going out of your way. This person is not on a radar. They're not doing anything in the public side, At that point, that merits the number one show in the country to be talking about this person, right? When you're hot, you talk about things that's hot. If they're not hot, you shouldn't even be talking about it because it's not relevant to the show. And I would sit there and be like, man, why does this guy just keep talking about me? So I think that's when it's wrong, when you're consistently harping on a person, like you're making it your business. It's almost like when Ken was talking about Ben Simmons, right? And Ben Simmons starts saying he got mental illness or whatever he's saying. We begin to go off of that subject for that particular case, right? Because you don't want it to feel like you're just constantly standing on a person that has nothing to do with what you're talking about. And it doesn't merit the energy that you're giving it. So that's what I would say.
When's it going too far, the exact question?
Basically, yeah, when you really can't forgive or move on.
But I could forget. I forgot it. It wasn't something I held on to.
Yeah. But it's still something that you're just like, okay, it could.
No, it taught me a lesson. So even when I'm up here, so let's take it for example. That's why when we was talking about Shakur the last time, I kept giving those disclaimers. Mm-hmm. Why? Because you don't want somebody to feel like you're just taking your platform and because you have all of these people that listen to you and you're focusing in on me in a negative way. Mm-hmm. That's not the way to use a platform. That's not good journalism.
Now exactly what's the question so I can answer correctly?
Yeah, so when are situations where you feel like you can't forgive or move on from someone's particular critiques when you're kind of like, okay, I either have to address it or it's just like, bro, why do you keep saying something?
Outside of murder, I don't forgive. I don't care what it is. And he really forgave me, but I'm just saying, I just really can't. I don't really do the backtracking like that. Like, I don't mean I got a problem with you, but I'm sitting there trying to think like, maybe my nigga, God bless the dead, HUD, me and HUD wasn't speaking, we spoke again. This is very rare for me. I don't know. It don't take a lot. That's what I'm trying to say. It don't take a lot to be gone forever.
It don't take a lot to be gone forever.
Yeah, for me, that's why I'm like, across the line, I'm like, it could be a little something for me. It's just over. I look for shit. To get you out my life. Coughed the wrong way. like I don't pay me back $62. Like it's little
62 killer.
I don't know you like that. It don't take a lot. Like I really just be like, good. I don't have to speak to you no more. I'm an introvert.
You an introvert?
Sometimes, most of the time. I'm a what's the opposite of introvert?
Extrovert.
Extrovert. I didn't want to say outrovert, say the wrong thing. I'm an outrovert when I gotta be. I spend a lot of time home calculating by myself on my couch, just thinking about calculating on the next thing. Scheming, whether it's money, whether it's get back, whether it's property, whatever. I just spend a lot of times by myself. And then with that time I spend by myself, I try to go execute it in the world. But it don't really take a lot for me, Stat. So that's why when is somebody going too far? Somebody stepped on my sneakers. You went too far. I'm just looking for things not to talk to people. And of course I'm exaggerating, but it don't take a lot for me.
Okay, so I have a specific question because it's not similar, but it kind of is and it kind of isn't. So like obviously for those who don't know, you made a post the other day, might have been yesterday. You said, you just be trying to go home and go to work. And like, for those who don't know, there was a show who brought your Cam's name was brought up for like a potential, I can't even say potential, just hypothetical podcaster, rapper, boxing match. So like, when do you decide do I say something or you don't?
Like, so for more context, I don't even know if Mase seen it.
Who are you talking about?
So basically, on Instagram, shout out to the show. I don't have no problem with the guy. Shout out to Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco. And I guess Ocho Cinco seen the fights over the weekend. He's like, I want to get in there and box. I want to fight somebody from another podcast. And Shannon Sharp was the first. He's like, yo, you on your own with that. He's like, nah, I'm hyped. I want to fight. Like, we have the podcast boxing Olympics. So Shannon Sharp said, who you want to fight? Somebody from It Is What It Is? And he was like, man, it don't matter who it is. It don't matter. And then Shannon Sharp was like, Cam? And he's like, I don't know, Cam don't box. This is what Chad Ocho said. Then they went on to Cam Newton. But what happened is, what Stats talking about is, I posted the clip, and in my caption, I said, I just try to go to work and go home. But I showed Chad getting knocked out in the boxing ring. Because he said he wanted the boxing shit, but then we seen the nigga got hit clean with a right hand and went down. He almost did shout out to my man Zab Judah, but remember Zab got up and talked to the ref and shit? He got knocked out and did some weird shit saying, no, I didn't get knocked out. So shout out to Chad and, appreciate the love, but I had to post that when he was saying he wanted to fight other boxers on podcasts.
That's interesting. Because even that's something, right? Like, so how you ask a question has a lot to do with the answer you get, right? So even something like that, just the way you ask the question makes it go in that direction. So if you're not on that time, you don't have to answer the question like that. I'm really trying to study what's his name, Dick Vitale. Like, he always said good stuff about people and people loved him and he was still entertaining. I think when it comes to black media, that people think the only way to make real rounds is to say negative about people or to put people in a negative light. And I think we really got to grow in that area. Not to become so super positive, but become innovative, right? But figure out something that other people haven't figured out. That's what I'm really working on. Because I don't want to just take the same thing that everybody else takes. Like, be goofy, be stupid, or say something that everybody know you're trolling and everybody know it's not true just to get clicks. I remember Killer told me that one time. He said people know if you're telling the truth or not. People know this, and I think that's the part that people have to develop, a new sound. Just like in music, you need a new sound.
Well, you know, it'd be dope
Yeah.
if you do something with only positive shit. It's all positive. I'm not talking about this show or anything.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a page, a social media, a show. Because if you think about anything, and I talked about this years ago, I don't know if it was this show or what I was just talking to somebody, this is not really nothing new. And I'm not talking about people, I'm talking about delivering bad news first.
Yeah.
So if you watch the news, they start off with a fire happened, or 2 people got shot,
Yeah.
or downtown there was a stabbing on the train. They don't, then towards the end of the show, like, oh, a donation was given for so-and-so. They start off with, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the show.
3 helicopters crashed into each other.
Yeah, then at the end of yeah, exactly. And then at the end of the show, they may give 5 minutes of, well, did you know what happened downtown today? A teacher gave to a homeless this, that. They don't never start with anything good. You think about, let's say for instance, right? And I ask that, I'm just asking because I would like to know. If it's some gossip shit going on social media and you like, everybody's talking about it, where do you go to find it? The first place you would
Like
go.
to find gossip?
Not to find gossip, like some shit going on and I'm just asking, some shit going on, you ain't hear about it yet. Let's just say for instance, right? Let's just use an example, right? Mase and Cam is beefing,
Yeah.
And everybody's talking about it. Where would you go to
Yeah.
try and find information if it's not Google?
Me personally, I look at Twitter first.
Right.
Then I'm going to check Shade Room because Shade
That's
Room got
my
everyone
answer.
talking.
The Shade Room. That's what I was
I
exactly.
was gonna say TMZ.
Yeah, but that's
Nah,
that's what I was
Shade
looking
Room.
from.
Unfortunately, because I really
The
don't
Shade
like
Room.
Shade Room.
It's
Shade
called the Shade Room.
Yeah.
They put up everything negative about everybody, but they do it tastefully. So
So they try to do it tastefully with the wording.
Exactly, with the wording. You know what I'm saying? But they got 30, 40 million followers.
Yeah.
Because that's the first place I'm going on if I'm on the app. If I don't know.
He said all of this to say that's where he
No,
going.
because I want Stat may have a different outlet from me. That's why I
that's
want to
pretty
know
standard.
where she would go.
Yeah.
But that's the point. You want to find out what's going on with some bullshit? The first place you go is some shit called the Shade Room. Shout out to Shade Room. You know what I'm saying? Baller Alert.
Yeah.
Hollywood Unlocked. Shout out to all them platforms. But what I'm saying is, it's all beef. It's all pride. Not saying they don't give people some shout out where they wear clothes and this, that, and third. But if you want to know where some shit is popping off, that's the new news. But that's to your point. They're using people's problems and negative to promote what they have going on. And I ain't
I'm
knocking
look
it.
into that. That would be a good show.
Right, just all positive shit. But no knock to the Shade Room, Ball Alert, anything. I respect the grind and the hustle, but I'm just saying that's the outlet is black people.
Yeah.
We're waiting to go see.
I'm still throwing a little shade to the Shade Room because there's just certain things like who wore it better, and then it's like a bad picture of somebody purposefully, and then like a good stuff like that. The whole comparison.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like, we don't gotta
rigged.
do all that.
That's what I'm talking about. When the news is rigged, it's not good, especially when it comes from black people. Because you already know what it feels like to be on the opposite side of rigged news, right? So you definitely don't need that the second time because you got it the first time.
And you know what? That's a great point, Stat. I like that point you just made because one time I had this I forget what jacket. It was crazy though. This jacket, and I had bought my girlfriend at the time one, and we didn't wear it at the same time. We wore it separately. But when we broke up, they put us both in it and said who wore it better.
See, I would
and it was like a year
Why?
or two.
Wiggly line.
Yeah.
Nobody asked
Who
for all
wore it
that.
better? And I'm like, I bought both of them. Who wore it better or not? But they waited till a breakup to put that up there. So that was a great point that you just
That's
made.
not even fair. Good convo on Shade Room, but I'm going to make it clear. I don't get all my information from Shade Room. Even if it's posted, I'll check other places to make sure. But basically, recently, the BAFTAs had happened, and Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were on stage presenting an award to somebody. And there was an invited audience member who has Tourette's who ended up blurting out the N-word. And then he said, bitch, while they were on stage presenting the award. And then Michael B. and Delroy kind of just bypassed it and pretended it wasn't seen. But there was actually a comment also from Jamie Foxx when the clip was posted. He said, nah, he meant that shit. Out of all the words you could have said, Tourette's makes you say that. Unacceptable. So just
Who
because
said that?
Jamie Foxx. So just
I love
because
Jamie.
this is a trending topic and, the guy does have Tourette's and, was on a main stage, what do you think of that whole situation as a whole before we move on? Because I'm curious.
I'm not sure how Tourette's work, but if I didn't do any research, I think my response would have been similar to Jamie Foxx's. I'm not sure how it works. Maybe the information from how it works could give me a different answer, but out of all of the things, you could have just went like this and said hallelujah, but you didn't say that, you know? So I think it's about, even with Tourette's, about what are you pulling out of your subconscious, right? It has to be in there in order for you to pull it out, right? So if somebody is squeezed, pause, the only thing that comes out of a person under pressure is what's normally in them. So if it wasn't in there, it couldn't have come out. Pause.
What was he doing on stage?
So he was actually an audience member. So Jamie Foxx and then one of his co-stars were presenting the award. He was in the audience, and while they were presenting it, that nigga came out.
Why was he on stage?
Why was who on? Jamie Foxx or the
No.
The guy with
he wasn't on stage. He was in the audience.
Oh, okay. Just
yeah.
clear. And he yelled it out from the crowd?
Yeah.
I ain't jacking.
Yeah, and this goes into like what you feeding your brain consciously, because that's what came out.
And that's all that came out the whole show?
I can see if there's other ticks, but that's clearly the one that went viral. But I didn't see anybody. They're gonna plaster the bad news, so I didn't see if any other.
I think Mase said it correctly. We don't want to sit here and say the wrong thing about somebody with the disease. But when did you learn that they were niggas?
Yeah.
There's niggas on the stage, right? You saying Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx on stage?
Well, Jamie Foxx wasn't on stage. Jamie Foxx commented, but it was Michael B. and Delroy Lindo. They were both
and
in
the
Sinners.
guy from Malcolm X, Sinners.
I don't watch Sinners. He black?
Yeah.
You should watch Sinners, by the way.
He that nigga, yo. Yeah, he knew what he said. What was it, nigga what?
Nigga bitch.
Nigga, the bitch ass niggas, that's what he meant. He meant nigga bitch.
Oh,
nigga bitch mean bitch ass niggas.
I want to be clear, found his other ticks, but this wasn't on the headline, of course. So throughout, he was saying also like boring and fuck. So like just his different ticks.
So he had different ticks throughout the show.
But
they highlighted the nigga bitch. Yeah. Yo, no disrespect.
Gaslight.
Yeah, it's super gaslight, but what award show was this?
The BAFTAs.
Look, I'm all for everybody being everywhere. I'm just saying.
This is why we're introverts.
Yeah. Why do you have that? You know he has a possibility of doing this, and you don't want to sit there and exclude him out of not being in the awards or anything else. But this was kind of like, damn, what was we talking about the other day, murder? And I was like, you're taking away from somebody's moment. I forget what we was talking about. Drewski, yeah. And I was like, yo, he doing this at a Hall of Fame or some shit? Somebody's getting an award?
Yeah.
Whatever it was taken away. This is taken away from somebody's moment.
This might be the clapback.
Yeah, but
like the Jackson Smith and Jigba. But
right, yeah. He said nigga. And it's like you're taking away from his moment when you do stuff like this. Same thing, like I don't know was the exact award or they just talking or whatever, but that's what we're talking about more than the award show. It's like real quick, like with the Knicks, right? They win the cup, but a thumb go on somebody's ass. Pause. Now you talking about that instead of the cup more than everything else. Knicks fans, y'all talking about the wrong thing. Y'all talking about the wrong thing. We watched the nigga in 4K stick his thumb up the point guard ass. That was more of the topic. So certain things to me take away from the actual achievement or what should be focused on. And if that was the case, I'm not saying that certain people shouldn't be certain places, but you shouldn't have them where it's going to take away from the event that's actually going on. But I don't want to say they shouldn't be there, shouldn't participate and everything else. But if it's going to be a distraction, let's figure out where they could be at where it won't distract somebody else or the presentation at hand.
Especially because I'll add too, obviously it was broadcasted and they didn't edit that out. So kind of even like I was saying, even with the Drewski situation, how that happened, and that's in all the broadcast footage, films, whatever. So that kind of does stay with them forever. And it's an unfortunate situation because it's obviously a big moment. And then even for people with Tourette's, those tics are involuntary. I remember there was a situation This guy went viral because he had Tourette's because he was on the plane and one of his tics, he kept saying bomb. So he ended up having to get kicked off the plane because people are like, what do you mean he's saying bomb? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, the whole situation.
To me, and it seems like this a lot, just from the shit that they show us. I can't sit and say I don't want the people with Tourette's saying I don't know enough about it because I don't. But when they show us shit like this, it's like, what's in them to say the wrong shit at the wrong time? Like, how often do you say bomb at home? You get what I'm saying? Do you say bomb when you're at home? A lot. If you do, cool. Bomb's not really a good word on an airplane. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I will have to learn more about it.
And just like when it comes to the airport, they did take him off the plane, even though he had Tourette's, because they had to follow those rules.
Yeah.
So before somebody get upset with us about what we're sharing, we're doing the same thing they would do on the airport. You have to keep the safety of people, even if somebody is going through a mental illness.